Hello again, music fans. I am back here for another artist spotlight video, this time for those progressive metal rockers from Seattle, Queensryche. Alright, I do not have all their discography, only their early stuff, but let's get started. Here we have their first album, which is The Warning, very really raw here, not as progressive as they would become later on, but really great songs. I mean, here Warning and Force, and of course Take Hold of the Flame, which is an incredible song. And there they are, Queensryche in their early days, Really good album here, The Warning, which I also have on cassette. The Warning on cassette. And next we have here Rage for Order. This is the remastered edition. For Rage for Order, a bit more complex songwriting here, starting to see some of that progressive metal sound that would come a bit later. Here, Rage for Order, still very hard and heavy here. This is the remastered edition, which has some bonus tracks here, a couple of live versions and an acoustic one, and a 12-inch version of Gonna Get Close to You. Walk in the Shadows, great songs. I Dream in Infrared, The Killing Words, really good stuff here. And like The Warning, I also have it on cassette. All right. And now with arguably one of the absolute best concept albums of all time, Operation Mindcrime. I mean, this album is just perfect from beginning to end. Incredible stuff here. A must-have in any metal fans collection, and or if you're a prog rock fan also. It really is the perfect in-between point between the two genres of metal and progressive rock. This is the remastered edition, also with a couple of live bonus tracks here, but you don't really need those because just the album itself, like I said, a must listen. Operation Mindcrime, a classic. Likewise on cassette here as well. Alright, then came an album that was a huge hit for them, which is Empire. And this, as a side note, was one of two of the first CD I ever bought. This one precisely. The other one was a Black Sabbath's Tear, but I bought them both at the same time. So this is the CD that had been in my collection the longest, ever since 1990, if you can believe that. And let me just show you here, still in very good condition. I really do take care of my stuff, Great album. Also not as heavy. It's got some more a couple of ballads here, but a very good listen here. Still with those progressive elements, though not as much as in Operation Mindcrime. It's not a concept album, of course, but it does have some very deep themes in some of the songs. After this came, I believe this was the one that was next, which is Promised Land. Here is when Queensryche started to just go off in a direction that was a bit odd. Alright, not as heavy, much more ambient. Not a bad album, but it does take some time for it to grow on you. Though not nearly as bad as some people say. After this came several more studio albums, which I do not have. Alright, where they did stray from metal and even from rock. I mean, it was just the music was becoming a bit unfocused. So the ones I have next here are not studio albums, they're live albums. This is Operation Live Crime, which is of course the live version of Operation Mindcrime. There we go, Operation Live Crime. Another live album, which is Live Evolution. This is a 2 CD set. There we go. 2 CD set. And this one includes tracks from all of their eras up to that point. You know, stuff from Promised Land, from Sacred Ground, from Here and the Now Frontier, which are also the later studio albums. Last but not least, another live version of Mindcrime, which is Mindcrime at the Moor, which includes Operation Livecrime 1 and Operation Livecrime 2. 2 CD set. I do not have the studio version of Operation Livecrime 2. There we go. Well, that's it for my Queensryche collection. Of course, Queensryche still exists, you know, but not with their original singer Jeff Tate, who has formed his own band called Mindcrime, or Operation Mindcrime, I can't remember. And Queensryche, the band, still continues to put out albums, and I'll see if I can get those too. For now, thank you very much for watching, and so long.